Hi everyone, hope you're all okay. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. I thought I'd have a go at buying all the ingredients for these two cookies from Poundland, and wherever you are, I'm sure you'll have an equivalent. It'll be the dollar store or just whatever cheap shop is basically in your area. What I've done is two different types of cookies, and you can see what I've managed to gather here, and I've used the base of one cookie and made two out of it. So I got 115 grams of butter. Now this is utterly butter, so it's not actual real butter, but it's what they had in the shop, so we went with it. So I've popped that in the bowl, and then after that I was able to gather some caster sugar, so that was absolutely fine, and that is 175 grams. So this batch should make about 30 cookies. So I'm now just taking my wooden spoon, or you can use a hand mixer, and giving that a cream together. So once all that is combined, it's then time to add a couple of eggs. Again, they were from the Pound shop as well, or Poundland as well. So they were free range, so I was quite happy to buy them. So it's just a case of plopping in 2 eggs, and once that's complete, give it a mix. You've also got to be quite flexible. If you're just shopping in sort of one shop, you've got to try and use the ingredients they have, even though it might not be exactly what you would normally use, but I thought that was quite a fun little challenge. So once all that's put together, excuse me, it's then time to add the flour, and plain flour. So that was in there too, so I was really chuffed with that. That's 275 grams of plain flour. And then once all that's in, it's just a case of bringing it all together. And that will give you your base mix. So it's quite a simple cookie dough mix, but now you can jazz it up with your extras. So once all that's combined, I just made the dough into 2 equalish parts, just eyeballed that, and one half I put in some cling film and then popped that in the fridge while I was working on the other one. I thought that was quite important, to more so than normal, to put these in the fridge, because the utterly butterly is so soft. I thought, oh my goodness, they're all going to spread, but it wasn't too bad, you'll see in the end. So I managed to get these from the Pound shop. So the first batch is cranberries, 75 grams of cranberries, pumpkin seeds and white chocolate chips. So that's the first cookies. So there's about 75 grams of each of these things in there. I just eyeballed it, but it was about 75 grams if you wanted to weigh anything out. And then I kept a few extra back so that I could sprinkle those on the top once I'd finished. And again, these were all in the Pound shop, but they had all different sorts of dried fruits. You could do apricot, dried apricot would be nice with white chocolate, and you could even get like a little vanilla essence and put that in there as well. So once you've got all them in there, don't bother with a spoon, that didn't work. Use your hands, and then give that a good mix to combine all the ingredients. I thought it looked really pretty, really lovely little colours. I then took the batter and I weighed it, and then I divided that by 15, and that's how I knew how much each cookie would be, just to get an even consistency or even shape and size. So this is all I'm doing here, just taking the batter, or the cookie dough I should say, and then giving it a little roll out, putting it on a non-stick baking mat, and then I just push them down ever so slightly just to flatten them out. I didn't want to go too crazy with that, because like I said, didn't know if they would spread and how far. So then I took each cookie and I just topped it with what's on the inside, so little teeny tiny white chocolate drops and little teeny pumpkin seeds and little dried cranberries. And then, as you can see, I baked them in the oven at 170 to 180 depending on your oven for about 15 to 18 minutes. Again, just keep an eye on them, you might need to turn them round. And they turned out really nice, so I was really pleased with those ones. And as you can see, there they are. Give them a little break open so you can see the texture inside. So they're quite chunky, so if you wanted you could flatten those out even more and you'd have just a thinner cookie and they'd take a little less time to bake as well, but they were really nice. So after that I then took the second batch that had been in the fridge. Oh, and I have to mention I did put those cookies in the fridge for about half an hour before I baked them as well. So the second batch of cookies is this Cadbury chocolate spread stuffed choc chip cookies. So I bought all of this stuff at the pound shop again, Poundland, and here I'm just scooping out a teaspoonful of the chocolate spread. You could use Nutella, that would be really nice. And then I'm just going to freeze all of these little dollops of chocolate spread so that I'll be able to wrap the cookie dough around them once they're frozen. Now once that's done, I then took that second load of cookie dough and then I've added 200 grams of chocolate chips and I'll give that a quick mix in. And now unfortunately I swear I pressed record, and this happens every time, but I missed me wrapping the frozen chocolate spread into the actual cookie batter, but basically it's the same principle. Measured it out, spread it out a bit, and then wrapped the frozen spread with that cookie dough, and then pushed it down and put them straight in the oven, same amount of time as the last one, 15 to 18 minutes at about 170, 180. So I'm really sorry I didn't get that because that was quite an important part, but I still thought it was worth showing you these because they came out really nice. They were certainly my children's favourites, and they'd be really nice warm as well with a bit of ice cream. So I was really pleased. So it just goes to show that, you know, if you're on a bit of a budget, you can make this sort of thing. To be honest though, some shops would sell some of these ingredients for less than £1, so be aware of that as well. But I was really pleased at how they came out, and they really did taste very nice. So if there's anything else you'd like me to try just from the Poundland, let me know. I thought about perhaps doing a cake. But thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.